Senator Wyden joins us, and thank you so much for making some time for us today.
Thank
a few
you.
quick questions, and we're going to start with last Tuesday. Truly a remarkable day in history. In the span of just 2 minutes, President Trump's former campaign manager found guilty of bank fraud and tax evasion. I don't have to tell you this. And the president's former lawyer pleads guilty to tax evasion and campaign finance violations. We're all curious of your reaction as the rest of us watched all of this happen last Tuesday.
As a member of the Intelligence Committee, I said in January of 2017, the big issues to watch are the follow the money questions, because the way you compromise people is through money. And the fact of the matter is Bob Mueller is just getting started. I mean, we've seen additional high-level officials very close to the president. The president's personal and business life has always blurred. So the fact that just today we've seen people very close to him receive immunity makes it clear that there's a lot to come.
Michael Cohen said in his plea deal that he made illegal payments at the direction of the president. A lot of people signaling out those words. Do you think Cohen described something that could be an impeachable offense, or is this too early, or is this something we're going to wait and see how it plays out?
Michael Cohen didn't enter into that plea for his health. I mean, this is a very serious matter, and it really touches on the whole question of conspiracy. And that's why you see some legal scholars saying that the president could be an non-indicted co-conspirator.
Yeah.
And my sense is that the founding fathers always felt when you engaged in these kinds of activities in order to help win an election, it constituted very serious behavior.
We hear the word impeachment thrown around, but just a quick follow-up on Capitol Hill, and you know, we love the insight to your colleagues. Are you hearing more talk of impeachment now than perhaps in the last few months and years?
Well, the real question is if the president were to pardon Paul Manafort. I mean, I think he's already talked about it with respect to Cohen. Doesn't look like it's going that route. Then the question is whether there's a corrupt intent. Yeah. And again, that would be an assault on the rule of law.
Okay, shifting gears. President Trump today also called off Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's visit to North Korea. They were going to have the denuclearization talks. Do you think the administration is making progress with North Korea? There's been a lot of coverage, especially with that initial meeting.
Again, I can't get into classified matters, but it certainly is a signal, a very serious signal that they aren't. Because if they were, then particularly right now when things aren't going particularly well for the president, he would be talking about getting things done. I mean, they are looking for any kind of area where they can start making announcements. They've talked in the last few days about having trade deals. Well, then we find out that that hasn't happened. We've heard about North Korea. The president constantly talks about breakthroughs that are going to make our country safer, and then there ends up not being much there.
Yeah. All right, and sad news today to wrap up with our last question. Out of the Senate today about your colleague and from what I understand, friend, Senator John McCain, decided to stop his treatment for brain cancer. How'd you take that news today?
What I can tell you is John McCain is a patriot, and he is a mensch. John McCain has answered the call for this country again and again. And right now, Nancy and I are rooting for Cindy and John. Yeah. I can tell you that he's always rooted for America. Right now, we're rooting for him.
Yeah. All right, Senator, sad to end on that question, but we wanted to get it in. We thank you for your time as always.
Let's do it again.
Okay, thanks again.